Hey, damn it. And I demand some
Friday.
fun around here. I want fun.
Who's got the jokes? We
I
haven't got
did a
the jokes.
joke. Somebody tell me a
Oh,
joke
Christ,
already.
we haven't got any joke. No jokes. We should have been prepared for this.
We should be prepared. You know what? Isn't this preparedness month? I think September is
Oh gosh, is it
preparedness
really?
month. Actually, Virginia made a joke. What was it? Just yesterday or something. No, it's sexual awareness month.
No.
So you know where Virginia's mind is at. Hey, Daisy. Hey, Robin. Glad you're here. Of course, John Lavenia here alongside Adrian Garner and the rest of the crew who is showing up right now. Welcome to our Success Mastermind for Friday, the 24th of September. And lots going on here today. Lots of stuff going on. We do have here inside the group, well, we did not have practical entrepreneurial tips this morning. That happens every other week with our good friend Ego Obi over there on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. We will be back with her next week, but we do have today Be Heard coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern US time. So those of you who want to be heard can show up and talk, and I sit there and listen. Sometimes it's a big group, sometimes just one or two people, sometimes it's just me. And so we'll see what happens here today. But that's at 6 p.m. Eastern for all of our members. Now, if you're tuning in on YouTube or you're seeing this on a recording, please feel free to join the fun. We do have an awesome lineup of people and talent and topics, one of which you just saw, which is Adrian Garner. He does our life and business tools on a biweekly basis. Awesome guy. Just if I can give you some love, Adrian, you are awesome. So thank you for all you do. But you can get access to everything via jlsuccessmastermind.com. JL, like my initials, successmastermind.com. Grab yourself a free trial membership, and then I think it's almost free after that. Yes, almost free is the price. So especially based on what you get, huh, Adrian? I mean, we've got, a library of
Hundreds of hours, John. Hundreds of hours of training content, yoga, business issues, tech issues, life issues,
outdoor
corporate
survival
issues,
skills. I mean, you
everything.
name it. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to watch that one. I want to go and buy one of those drinking straws. You know, the drinking filter straws. I need all that stuff. So
I've got a
that was
couple
a
of
great
them.
session.
Yeah, I got
That was a
the
great
medical
session.
kit. Yeah,
Was it
I've
2 hours
got
of solid survival advice?
survival, baby. I've got
Yeah, I remember.
the drinking straws, right? Water, you got to have water, right?
Yeah,
30-year shelf life food, ammo,
yeah.
which never goes bad, so that's good. Yeah, we got stuff. So good times. Anybody got a joke for me today besides Virginia's, which I just recited from yesterday, where she said it's not, what did she say? It's not preparedness month, it's sexual awareness month. So
I posted some for you there, John.
okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, look at this. Adrian's right on. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding at his field, in his field. Right. Well, you want to say the second one, Adrian?
It's down to you, John. It's Fun Friday.
Okay.
Your delivery. It's your timing.
Okay. What did the duck say when it bought lipstick? Put it on my bill. This is good. Good rated G, family friendly. What do you call two monkeys that share an Amazon account? Yes, prime mates. Prime mates. Now, of course, these days, Amazon would shut you down for such tomfoolery, right? Because they've got 10 million rules. We got a lot of people here selling on Amazon here in this group. And so you get to deal with all of their stuff that they like to throw curveballs at you. And I get to hear about it all the time because I deal with a lot of people in the e-commerce space. There's other methods of e-commerce in play as well, but Amazon's certainly the big beast. Hey, did you guys hear? This is just more like a current events thing. There's like 70 ships in the Pacific Ocean right now that can't even get into Los Angeles. What's going on with that? Right. So anybody in the FBA world, I'm hearing now that Christmas shopping season is starting early just because supply chains, and who knows what's happening next. Right. So anyway, food for thought on that. If you're on the selling side of that, if you're on the buying side of that, just, I guess, go buy whatever you want, do it early. Be sure to include some, I don't know, toilet paper. What was the last thing when this whole incident started, what, a year and a half ago? People were running around standing in line for toilet paper. So yes, it is preparedness month, damn it. Be prepared. and have your toilet paper on hand. Hi, Ivier. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So a couple ideas that I'd love to share with everyone here today. I just had a conversation with a group of newbies, new entrepreneurs, people who are looking to get into online business. And a question came up from one of the new people. Now, he's not new to business and to sales and marketing and all that, but he was new to some e-commerce methods. There's Virginia. Hey, Virginia. He's new to some e-commerce methods that that they're looking to employ. And they had done like Amazon FBA and had some success with it, and dealt with the ups and downs. And they've done all different forms of commission sales and such. But their question was, what separates the people who don't quite make their mark? We could say the rank and file, the masses, the 97% who make less than $100 a month on the internet, despite their alleged, interest in doing so, versus those top few percent, right, who make a spectacle of themselves. I'm like, man, that is a fantastic question. I'd much rather answer questions like that. And of course, we could take months to do so. But I'd much rather answer questions like that than, what's the best kind of, color to put on the, the product or something. Like, right. Hey, how do you read the spreadsheet? Right. Not my topic. Okay. But like, why do people do what they do? And why do we get the results that we get? And the hidden determinants of human behavior and psychology and philosophy, man, now we're talking. And so my mind went back to something that Albert E.N. Gray said back in the 1950s when he lectured the Prudential Corporation on the common denominator of success. And if we get this, then we're going to get a big, big clue. And then we can look in another direction too for another big, big clue. Okay. In fact, it's not even a clue. It's like it's a direct hit, a direct friggin' hit. No mysteries. I don't like mysteries. Okay. I want data. I want known workable facts. Anyway, here's what Albert E.N. Gray said. He said, I was looking for the common denominator of success. The one thing that all successful people have done who've been successful at anything, not just selling insurance here at Prudential or whatever we're doing, but like anything, is there one thing? And it's like, yeah, I found it. Seek and ye shall find, right? Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The common denominator of success, according to Albert Gray, is that successful people have formed the habit of doing things that failures don't like to do. They have formed the habit of doing things that failures don't like to do. Does that mean they like doing them? No, it just means they have formed the habit of doing them. We're not talking about your preferences as far as this or that method. And we could add methods, we can subtract methods, we can do whatever we find that is workable. Okay, but that we're going to form a habit. And certainly we choose methods. You've all got the power of choice. We choose methods that are on purpose for us, or that could help us fulfill our self-determined purposes. So I'm not saying that you just thrust yourself into, methods or a job or whatever that is off purpose for you. No, that sucks. Okay. But since you showed up here in Prudential or in your e-commerce business or in whatever you're doing, right, you've chosen a game. Okay. And now we're just going to develop habits of doing those things that are necessary to winning that game. Now, the key word in all this, a lot of people focus on doing things that failures don't like to do. Okay, so when we focus on like that whole sentence, form the habit of doing things that failures don't like to do, where does your attention go? Failures. Don't like. Yeah, I don't want to do things I don't like. Where does your attention go on all this? Let me give you another phrase. This is from some of my preparedness and defensive and tactical training. Here's a phrase: gunfight. Where does your attention go on that phrase? Gun. It's probably because the media keeps telling you how bad guns are. Okay. Well, actually, how about we put our attention on the word fight? And then here's a tool which you could or could not fight with, but fight. Oh, it's a fight. Now I get what we're talking about. Right? It's not the tool, it's the purpose here is the fight. Okay. So when you listen to anything, okay, if you can see where your attention is going, again, I'll bring you back to the phrase in question, okay, that successful people have formed the habit of doing things that failures don't like to do. Here's where my attention goes. habit. Habit. This is the shortcoming for the 97%. I don't like doing that. They don't like doing that. Fine. Okay. But what's the difference? The habits or the lack of habits. What is a habit? Let's dig in here. A habit is something that we do without even thinking about it. And there's the trick. There's the direct hit. Before Ivia can talk herself out of going for her daily run, it's done. It's done. Too late to fail. I already did it. You know what? Let me talk myself out of it now that I've already done it. Oh, too late. I already did it. Oh, well, I guess I win anyway. Right. So that's a habit. That's a habit. When Adrian shows up, right, with brilliant content for his life and business tools, right? Does he have to, and I don't know because I don't live with Adrian, but does he have to belabor, is this even useful in life for people and their business? No, I mean, the guy's been swimming in this for so long. He could just shove a microphone in his face and you're going to hear pearls of wisdom. Easily, effortlessly, habitually, without a whole lot of deliberation and talking about it. And I know some people, Adrian, you may prepare a bit, right? Because you've got more, like cerebral stuff that you talk about. Me, I just, lights come on, I start talking, and whatever comes out usually is pretty good. At least I think. So I don't have any preparation, right? But because I've habitually been in the game that I'm in, right, is psychology, philosophy, entrepreneurship, personal development. That is the world that I've been swimming in for 30 something years. So I don't have to oh, hold on, let me go ahead and, prepare something. In fact, I was just talking with my secret weapon today, Shannon, and we were talking about me launching a new brand or channel, like a video vlog kind of a thing. And I was thinking, you know what, I've got so much material. I mean, look at it like this, right here with our mastermind group, we have hour-long conversations. Okay. And they're profound. And somewhere in there, there's like a nugget, right? And sometimes it's a whole hour full of nuggets, right? People share some amazing shit. But are most people going to sit through an hour to find a nugget? No. What if I just went through, I just mentioned before, we got this huge archive. What if I just went through and look at all the titles and thought, what's the most profound stuff I could say about that, and go knock out a 3-minute video? I could do a whole YouTube channel in like a week if I just did that. So I was thinking, all right, we'll do YouTube, Rumble, Gab TV. We'll put out some brief content, easy to digest, bite-sized chunks, because habits, like what we're talking about here with Albert Gray, occur on the gradient, right? So we have, let's say, someone who has no habit at all of doing resourceful and successful things, and they want to be at the top of the mountain. Well, we start at the bottom of the mountain and we put in some workable stuff. And now that that's running on automatic, now we've got a habit there. We can add other methods and other habits, right? And we get higher on the mountain. All right. But a lot of people, here's the 97%ers. They look at the top of the mountain, they see how far they are from it, they get overwhelmed, they quit. No habits ever formed, right? All they look at is the mountain of stuff that isn't done. They don't take any credit or give themselves any acknowledgement for having even shown up, which is half the story, right? And so they're out, or they flounder. So what can I do, right? What I'm looking at, which is the question that comes up for me all the time, what could I do to develop a habit? Why have I not already done that action that I just described? Let's go ahead and create a channel of easily to digest, content, self-help kind of stuff. Why haven't I done that? Right? Well, I like doing this, and I haven't had my attention on it, and I have not formed a habit. Now, let's say I got into the habit, just like I am here, right? So I can show up and I can have an hour-long conversation with people on whatever the topic of the day is. Let's say I form the habit of having that conversation for 3 minutes or 5 minutes or however long. See, the problem for me is I usually go long, right? I know people want short, bite-sized chunks, right? I talk for 20 minutes and I think it was 3. I talked for an hour and I thought it was 15, right? So that's how it happens for me. So what if I got into the habit of like setting a clock and maybe doing a little outline, like point 1, point 2, point 3, and then shut the F up. Okay. Point 1, 2, 3, shut up. right? Maybe that's my outline. Tune in next time, folks, for the next secret of the universe. So what if I got into the habit of doing that? Well, then I could do that. I could roll out of bed, turn on the camera, right? Bam, produce content and publish, right? And go up that mountain, right? And then have to think about it less and less and less with a habit. How many of us, if we look at our habits, can truly say that they serve us? And I would argue that it's many of us here in this group, right? Because, well, number one, you've got a habit of showing up here in this group, right? Is that serving you? I think so, or you wouldn't be showing up. You obviously think so too. What else with your business activities? I know we've got people who have learned to do things in such a way that what used to take you hours now takes you 10 minutes, right? So you've put some things on autopilot, including and especially this thing. You've put this thing on autopilot. Habits, right? We don't have to think about it so much. No Q&A, no debate, no considerations about it. It's already done. So now the question then, of course, is, well, what can we deliberately put into that realm? What can we deliberately develop a habit with? And if we just write this stuff down, right? It's like, this would be good. We got to have a why for all this, right? We're not going to deliberately develop a habit unless we've got, to what end? Okay. Well, if I wanted to go up this mountain, here are some of the things that would serve me in going up that mountain. Okay. And let's look at the low gradient stuff, the tiny little stuff at the trailhead, at the base of the mountain. Here's the tiny little stuff that we can get habitual about. And then we'll capitalize and expand and leverage on that. Okay. But if we just get the basics, if we get off the starting line, now we've got something to build on. And I think right there, if we're looking at too much mountain all at once and being thwarted by all of our own considerations about it, I never get anything into a habit here because I'm trying to take on so much at the same time. I want to be at the top of the mountain. Other people already are. I'm not. I'm in such a state of deficit. You lose. Right? So let's chunk this down. Just like I could chunk down an hour-long conversation into 2 or 3 vital points. No, I'm not going to, and maybe I will, I don't know, solve the mysteries of the universe in 3 minutes. Okay. And maybe we already did. And maybe we just need to hear it 10 million times. And maybe we need to do that in bite-sized chunks rather than, for the public I'm talking about, rather than like hour-long, conversations. And I mean, I could sit in a seminar for 3 days and be happy as a pig and you poop, right? No problem for me. I love it. Love it. All right. Other people? No, not so much. Right. What's the saying? The mind can only take in what the butt can endure. All right. So I love a good lecture. Please, right? Send me to the week-long workshop. But that's not most people, right? So how can we reach more people? Because it reminds me of something that Grant Cardone said. He said, best known beats best. Let's say that if you're putting out, let's say you've got an opportunity, right? I know we've got people involved in network marketing here. There's a saying in the network marketing world, say less to more people. So that doesn't mean be the best salesman per se. That means be in contact with more people and sort, right? Best known beats best. Man, I've got the perfect sales pitch and I pitch it to one person a month. Ugh, you lose. And so do all the other people that you didn't pitch. See that? Best known beats best. By the way, I respect Grant and his work. I don't think it's like spectacular, mind-blowing content or anything. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff. A lot of people don't like his work. Whatever you think of it. The point is he's everywhere. Promo, everywhere. Little bits, right? 2-3 minutes about whatever. About why he forgot to shave that day or something. So, but everywhere you go, there he is. So that's what's coming up for me today. So some of that's personal to me. Some of that has nothing to do with you and your pursuits as you're hearing this. But the principle, which is what I'm interested in, right? Like what Albert Gray was talking about, the common denominator of anyone who's ever succeeded at anything, not just prudential. That's the meat right there. Now, a completely different approach that we could take is Wallace Wattles' Science of Getting Rich, which preceded Albert Gray, right, by 50 or so years, where he said the difference between the person who gets rich and the one who remains poor in the same business activities is that the one who gets rich does things in a certain way. And to do things in a certain way, you've got to think in a certain way. the certain way, the way of certainty, the way of no doubt. Different approach, but can you also see where a habit would be involved in certainty? In other words, if you've got certainty about something, if EVA has certainty about running down the street and getting exercise or whatever, there's no Q&A, doubt, debate, nothing. There's no considerations about it. There's no indecision about that. That's certainty. Habits, there's no considerations. There's no indecision. See that? See that? Two different angles, same truth, same truth. What do you guys think about all this? Am I hitting a nerve? Am I making any sense? I'd love to hear from you guys. Adrian's still putting, is this jokes or quotes? Adrian, help me here. What is all this stuff? You know, I can't read chats and talk at the same time.
Habit quotes, John. Habit quotes. That great one from Gandhi. Great one from Gandhi about the habits becoming your values, etc., and then becoming your destiny. Absolutely love that one. Very, very true. And then the chains of habit are too weak to be felt until they are too strong to be broken. That's another wonderful one from Johnson. And then Erasmus, a nail is driven out by another nail. Habit is overcome by habit.
Wow.
So you've got to replace bad ones with good ones. That's an angle, John, for you. We've all got bad habits. That's the problem. We're doing the things we shouldn't be doing, wasting time on things we shouldn't be wasting it on. You've got to drive a better habit in there to drive the old nail out. That's what he's saying. It's that's another problem we all face. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I've never driven out a nail with another nail, but that's an interesting. Maybe I'll go into my workshop and.
That's a crucial part of carpentry, John. I'm surprised. You know?
I'm not a carpenter. In fact, Trinity, my daughter and I, we built a little project out of wood, which was an automatic dog feeding device. And I was cutting because I was using the power tools, and she was just giving me the measurements that she wanted. And it came out a little bit crooked. I told her, look, I'm not a carpenter. You want to talk about metal machinery, nuts and bolts? I know a lot of stuff, but like doing the carpentry thing, right? So that's why I don't know about the nail. Okay. Thank you, brother. Any other thoughts on this? We're only 22 minutes in, so please, somebody speak up. Or not. We can go ahead and wrap up with that. I'm going to go ahead and develop some habits today. I'm going to be deliberate about it. And the fact that I'm going to do it beyond just today means that something's going to stick, because we can't just show up with one big heroic effort. As I often say, habits beat heroics, right? So we've got to get consistent with some stuff. Ivier, is there something you'd like to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been on general session for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I was just listening to you, and it's just so easy to talk myself out of, as you know, to daily exercise. And there's just some days I'm like, can I just get back into bed and just snooze the alarm, or pretend I have a meeting, put something in my diary, anything but going out to run, right? But it's been amazing. I've been increasing the distance every week. So now I'm doing in excess of 17 kilometers a day, running about 12 of that, and then walking 5, and then coming back and doing dumbbell exercises indoors, or mixing it up with my cross trainer that I got myself for my birthday. So it's just been amazing. I mean, I have so much energy now. I really don't know what to do with myself. I'm sleeping even less than I used to. I've just come back from don't know how long I walked, probably not as long as I usually walk, literally just got in for this call. And I didn't feel it. I mean, I'm doing 17 kilometers and I'm not even batting, I'm not breaking in a sweat. I'm like, oh my God. And it's a brisk walk because I'm doing it to music, and it's like fast paced music. And sometimes I actually load up my rucksack, my backpack, just to make sure I have the added weight, so I keep my posture right and all of that. But it's just amazing. And people are saying how much, oh my God, you're alive, you're alert. It's like, you know, they can't believe the age I turned 2 weeks ago. They're all saying, you look nothing close to that age. Right. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm doing everything I can to stay.
Right.
So it's amazing. Just forming that habit and being consistent with it. It really reaps rewards. Yeah.
Sure. Huge. And Ivier, we're just talking about right living, right? So exercise, nutrition, good habits, right? And so, especially with a lot of stuff that's going on now in the minds of people, so afraid, and I can't, and I shouldn't. I mean, are you walking around in a state of fear and, oh my goodness, what? No, right? Yeah. Wow. So the
Yeah.
dividends
People are
are
actually saying,
enormous.
do I feel safe walking the streets of London? I'm like, I've never felt safer. Like, what's there to be afraid of? I mean, I just walk with purpose, and everybody gets out of my way. They see me coming, they're like, okay, she's on a mission, just let her go. I don't chit chat. I'm focused. It's like,
Right.
yeah. So
Right. And also like from a health preventative consideration too, right? Your health is good. Are you walking around in a
absolutely,
state of fear
all the
about,
markers off the charts. Yeah.
mysterious viruses or whatever? Let's get it done. Let's just get it done. Wow.
So thank you, John.
Thank you, my friend. Guess who else is here? The other birthday girl from a couple weeks ago, Sonia Turingia. Hi, Sonia.
Hello, John. I love how you always pronounce my name correctly.
That's right. I
So
know.
many people don't get Thuringia.
Well, I called Ivier Ivy for like a month. So
So today I am working on setting goals. It's Friday. It's my weekly review time. And since my birthday and moving into this lovely new condo and getting back to a beautiful place to live in, I've been in a state of bliss, which means I don't want to work and I don't want to focus. I just want to stay in a state of bliss. But I do need to get to it. And one of the goals that I had for when I moved into my new place and got resettled back into Ottawa was to put my self-care first, put fitness first. I am fantastic. And I know that I'm not alone in this, at putting work first. You play when work is done. Right? I was raised that way. I know a lot of us were. So I'm trying today my challenge was to put into my schedule, actually make time into my schedule, because if it's written down, it'll happen, for fitness and personal care. And to put more time into that than work. And that's really challenging. Because it does affect a lot of different mindsets and different priorities and all that. So got back into my fabulous fancy gym here in town and did a class yesterday. And this is why my camera's off. I can barely move today.
oh, well done.
Give me a hot bath and I will be better. But another thing I really suck at, and I'm sure everybody does when they're talking about increasing or doing their goals or trying to set new priorities in their life, is adjustment time. It's going to take you time to adjust to the new schedule. It's not going to run perfectly right off the bat. You'll want it to. We all want to be perfect right off the bat, but there's always that acclimatation time. There's always that learning period. So I'm giving myself 2 weeks to not be sore as hell after this class, because I'm going back again next week. And I've got great motivation because everybody else in the class was like 60 and doing it no problem. And I was red-faced and dripping in sweat. So
Right.
Not fair, but definitely have to get better at it. So yes, your theme today on setting goals and getting things set up so that you can be successful in areas where other people aren't, very much resonating with where I am today. So I appreciate that and hope my sharing brought a few smiles and people could, connect a little bit with challenges in putting those priorities to play.
Thank you, Sonia. And while it would be a delight to see you laying there in your state of pain, because it's a wake up call for a lot of people that to actually maintain fitness is easier than to get fit, right? And obviously, very acutely right now that when you haven't done certain exercises in a while and then you do them, oh my goodness, that you're alive. So right there, right, you just got off a zero, you got it done, and you keep showing up, and now it's going to be like, I'm just like the 16-year-old, I didn't even break a sweat, right? Give it a couple weeks. But I know leg day, you and I had this conversation privately. Leg day is my favorite. Yeah.
These ladies were not 16, 60.
Oh, 60.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like there's motivation. They had the Michelle Obama arms, and I'm like flapping in the wind. Like it's not funny.
Well, great argument for habits. There it is.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But
So, because now, I mean, I can go do leg day and 10 minutes later, it's like, did anything even happen? Right. But man, just getting it going, pain. So, anyway, thank you for sharing that, Sonia. That's real life demonstration right there, right before our ears, because she's not on camera, so it's not before our eyes. Anybody else who wants to share today? I thought I saw another hand. Not sure. Not sure. Anybody else on our topic of developing habits that will serve you tremendously? We're all done? Okay. Well, then I'll be back here with everyone at 6 p.m. Eastern US time. It's great to see you all and to hear you all. In the meantime, go do one little thing, and put it on your calendar to do it every day. And then we'll have some habits.